Primero solo resolvamos. ¿Qué puede ser, man?
No.
Entre acá las cosas de sonido a ver qué. Pero eso nunca nos ha pasado.
Es que vea lo que dice ahí.
Porque si está todo bien.
O sea, yo quiero cambiar esto. ¿Cómo hago para cambiarlo, weón?
Primero solo resolvamos. Ya.
¿Qué?
Ahí está. ¿Qué puede ser, man? Ya cogió, no sé qué hizo, pero ya cogió. Vea.
Ok. Pero la captura no está cogiendo. O sea, ¿me entiende? La transmisión no está cogiendo.
Sí, claro, estamos subiéndolo acá.
No, a nosotros, pero ellos... Por lo que
Porque no
entiendo-
tiene sonido, ¿no?
Entonces, ¿qué? ¿Ya?
Sí. Ya cogió, no sé qué hizo, pero ya cogió.
Bueno, vuelve Alejo el griego porque viene una nueva era de Nintendo con el Nintendo Direct de Switch 2 que va a durar 60 minutos y vamos a estar aquí con Charlie Parker cubriéndolo en vivo y reaccionando pues obviamente a todos los anuncios que estoy seguro van a terminar mostrándonos temas de hardware, temas obviamente de juegos y software, pero seguramente también temas de la interfase, de cómo va a ser el Nintendo eShop y evidentemente también nos mostrarán obviamente accesorios, incluyendo probablemente un nuevo control Pro, seguramente obviamente la funcionalidad del mouse y también obviamente sabremos qué va a pasar con el Nintendo Switch Online donde se habla de posiblemente la inclusión de otros sistemas como el Nintendo GameCube, así que estamos a un minutico de empezar y nos vamos en vivo. ¿Y se fue el sonido?
No, estamos bien.
¿Sí?
Sí.
Incluyendo probablemente un nuevo...
No, sino que quiero. ¿Dónde puede ver uno quiénes están?
Sí. ¿Cuál necesita? ¿De qué? Empezó
Gmail.
esta vaina.
No.
¿De Google?
Vea,
¿Qué?
para que lo ponga.
¿Ya? No ha empezado. Marica. ¿Qué pasó ahí, huevón? Marica, vea, lanchas. Estilo Diddy Kong Racing. Marica, vea eso. Marica, vea. Qué putería, huevón. La guaraina. Claro que no está sirviendo, sí. ¿No?
Creo que yo no tengo el audio. Pues no importa.
Pero ahí no, vea hasta que traba el coso.
No, está, no empezó.
¿Ah?
No empezó.
Vea esa mierda. No, marica.
Esos audiositos están chéveres.
No, marica, esta se ve una vaina demasiado cerda, weón.
Claro.
Mario Kart World, señores.
Hello everyone, I'm Koichi Kawamoto, and I'll be one of your guides for today's Nintendo Direct. I'm the producer for Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm Takuhiro Dota, the director for Nintendo Switch 2.
And I'm Tetsuya Sasaki, the hardware design lead for Nintendo Switch 2.
Estoy escuchando
What you
nada,
just
entonces
saw
no te
was
quiere decir
Mario
que hay.
Kart World,
¿Le subo acá
launching
para que vea?
exclusively on
No,
Nintendo
espera.
Switch 2. Now, what do you think this brand new Mario Kart game will be like?
Marica, qué cerdada ese Mario Kart. Y eso, weón.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system.
Vea esa vaina, weón.
Welcome to this vast
Uy, bueno,
world.
tiene muchísimo.
Kart races are held throughout various regions that span the globe.
Es como casi un open world.
Depending on the time of day and weather conditions, the atmosphere will change.
Vea cómo arranca este.
And in this Mario Kart game, you can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere in this world.
Ahora sí, no sé por qué.
Sí.
In the classic Grand Prix, race through 4 courses in a bid for first place. But don't sleep at the
Clásico.
wheel.
Sí.
You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition. With 24 drivers in each race, the most in series history, the competition is gearing up.
Uf.
Introducing
eliminando?
Knockout Tour. Race non-stop from one corner of the world to another.
O sea, usted pasa a la siguiente pista dentro de la pista.
There are multiple checkpoints along the way. If you're below the placement shown when you hit a checkpoint, you'll
Ciao.
be eliminated. Can you make it all the way to the finish line? You can also freely drive around this vast
Todo el
world
mundo,
in
qué
free
chimba,
roam.
weón.
By going off-road, you can explore new areas and routes. So drive wherever your heart takes you. You can also go for scenic drives with friends. And even take photos together at different
Eso
locations.
es como una especie de Burnout Paradise, pero de Mario Kart, weón.
Sí. Sácame esa parte del mundo abierto, no me...
¿No le mata?
No, pues no me da nada.
A brand new race across the
Eso está
entire
brutal.
world starts here. Mario Kart World.
Cambiaron
The game
los...
launches on the same day
¿Cómo
as
se llaman?
Nintendo Switch 2.
los que tenían
More details about
antes
this title
por
will be
aviones.
shared
Por
in the
aviones, ajá,
upcoming
exacto.
Mario Kart World Direct.
Los
So be
sliders.
on the lookout
Eso.
for more information in the future.
April 17 era un direct de ellos.
Mario Kart World launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
Primer juego de lanzamiento, my
We'll
fish.
share more
Delicia
details
que
in the
salga un Mario
future,
Kart
so we
nuevo
hope
con la
you're looking
consola,
forward to
weón.
it.
Next, we'd like to introduce some of the new features of Nintendo Switch 2.
A ver.
These are the Joy-Con 2 controllers for
Controllers.
Switch 2. And on the right Joy-Con 2,
Vea, pues, ¿qué es eso?
we've added a new C button. Let's take a look at some new experiences it offers.
A ver. ¿Qué experiencias? No entiendo.
No se ve raro. ¿Vio?
¿Qué?
Tiene esto raro acá.
Ajá.
I'm still ahead of all of you guys. That was you. So quick.
O sea, voice chat de una directamente ahí en el controlcito.
El control.
Wait, no.
Nix, I'm coming for you.
No, I'm about to get
Come on, no.
Oh.
Introducing Game Chat, a new feature for Nintendo Switch 2.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hi, missed you.
With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
Should we follow you? Yeah?
Yeah, follow me.
Okay.
Alright, that's
Chimba, weón.
While
Siento
using the Game Chat
boggy
feature,
dos carritos.
your voice is recognized by a microphone
Y
built into the
delicioso, ¿no?
system.
Hay que tener como en
But
play.
you're still behind me, right?
Sí, es que eso sí es mucho mejor.
Okay.
It can pick up your speaking voice clearly,
Muy
even
lejos.
from a distance.
Look at this. Jump on here. Alright, let's keep going. Let's make a left right here. Let's make a...
When it's noisy around you,
Ve nuevo,
your
pro.
voice will still come through clearly,
Está
letting
bonito,
you
además.
chat with ease.
How did you get hit by a bow? Okay, nice.
It does look beautiful. It's so pink.
And you can use this feature in
Se ve
handheld
grande.
mode too,
Sí.
letting you easily chat with friends and family. If you open the chat menu and turn on game screen sharing,
Good job, good job. There we go, there we go.
you can also share
Ya
your
sé,
game
brutal es
screen.
Mario Kart.
Did you see someone just like go on top of that dinosaur?
Really? They can do that?
Can do it? You guys, I just did it. Oh, I want to do it too.
Oh, shoot.
Oh,
Oh, he's trying to eat me.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, no.
Yay!
Okay. You can chat to your heart's content,
Están
even while
jugando
playing
diferentes
different
juegos
games.
están hablando ahí mientras juegan
So hard,
distintos.
right? It's tough.
Oh, wow. I'm like in the sky right here. I'm like, I fell. I'm falling. Okay, we got it. We're safe.
Kirby, look, you're on a star. That's so cute. So cute.
You can adjust the size of your game screen.
Guys,
y hay uno preseleccionando acepto.
like,
Where'd you go?
Or expand another friend's game screen.
Para ver en qué
You
está.
gotta get above that wall that's to your left.
You're almost there,
It's just like the wall. Like if she gets past the wall.
this is where I have to do a little wall ride.
Okay.
Wow.
So everyone can watch them play.
Oh, I think I know where you are.
Se ve como más grueso el control, más ancho.
Sí.
Together. Welcome. Ooh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Let's take a picture here.
Okay, are you ready?
Smile.
Yay.
Oh, yo, that's sick.
I like your pose, Meeks.
On the right Joy-Con 2 controller, there's an additional button. With the seat button, you can pull up a chat menu.
Oh, dang.
Oh, really? Wait, actually, guys, I got a call coming right now, so I'll be right back. Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
Here, you can quickly and easily mute yourself and more. And there's this.
Camarita nueva.
By connecting this camera to the system,
Hey!
Hey, what's up? Hello.
Un poco rosito, pero
Hi, how's everyone doing? Good?
you
¿Servirá
can
para
appear
algún
on
juego?
screen and video chat while playing
quién
a
sabe,
game.
weón. Toca.
Será solo para chatear.
How was your test yesterday?
It was good.
No.
Here's how it looks with just the camera feed.
I'm way behind,
There you
guys.
go. I bet you like
Can
that.
you wait for me?
Please look forward to games which
Ay, qué
use your
vergüenza
camera
poder
feed
ahí.
like this.
En vez de los muñecos, sí.
Pero no
No,
putearse.
wait. Go
Ah,
left,
ya.
go left, left. Let me
If I
fix
go a
it.
little more this way.
Está bueno, weón.
Using game chat. Even when you're apart, you can play games and hang out as if you were together in the same room. Play together or
Es mucho
compete
más
in
grande
online
ese. ¿Lo
multiplayer
vio?
games.
Sí.
El que se sacaba para jugar solito que me pareció muy pequeño.
Chat while playing your personal favorites.
Maricas, están viendo muy nítidos como los juegos del Switch viejo, weón. ¿Me entiende? Como si estuvieran mejorados en resolución.
Hold a sports competition
seguramente es el
between
caso.
families. All together, anytime, anywhere. Game chat.
Bueno,
Está bien. Listo. ¿Qué más tenemos?
What did you think? In developing Game Chat,
me parece chévere el
our
chat.
goal was
La
for you
cámara,
to enjoy playing online with others more closely, including family and friends. Almost as if you're all playing together in the same place. The camera you saw in the trailer is the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, which will be available on the same day as Switch 2. A Nintendo Switch Online membership will be required to use Game Chat.
obvio.
Ok.
However, since we'd like as many people as possible to experience Game Chat, it will be available without a membership for a limited time. We hope you'll try it out.
Hasta marzo. Ok.
Additionally, Game Chat supports the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app, and different settings can be adjusted. For example, whether parental permission is always required when a child wants to use Game Chat to play with their friends.
We'd like to introduce another new experience you can share with family and friends.
A ver.
On Nintendo Switch, even if you just have one game, you can pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend and play together. But on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game, with Game
Ese sí está buenísimo.
As shown here, even games that require multiple screens can be played if one person owns a compatible game. With Game Share, you can temporarily share compatible games with others who
Eso está
also
muy
have
bueno.
Nintendo Switch 2.
Marica,
Mucho
pero
más
estoy viendo
cómodo para
juegos
jugar.
System.
y uno se lo llevaba y ya
You can share
está
a game
un
with up to
jueguito
three
Que
aquí.
juegan
other
los dos
systems
ahí
at
de
a
uno.
time.
¿Cualquier juego?
Cualquiera.
GameShare also supports online play with other Switch 2 systems, and you can use it with friends via Game Chat, which we showed earlier.
Y online, weón. Lo puedo creer, yo esto no
GameShare can
ya.
only be used with compatible games. This
bueno,
feature
con
is
todos
planned for
seguros.
several titles, starting with a free update for Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics on Nintendo Switch. GameShare support is also planned for select games exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2, so we hope you'll look forward to it.
Up next, we'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 system itself.
Please take a look.
Me encanta así todo negro.
Está, marica. Bigger screen, same thickness.
At
Vea la bola.
7.9 inches, Switch 2 has a bigger built-in screen.
Sí, se
Here's how
nota.
that compares to Nintendo Switch. The system's thickness remains the same.
Lo único que no sé es
With
qué tan cómodo
approximately
sea,
double the
porque es
pixels
grande.
compared to Switch,
Pero no, yo creo que
you can
va a ser,
enjoy
va a ser.
games in greater detail on the 1080p screen.
Ok, 1080p. 120 frames per second. Eso era uno de los
The screen
rumores.
supports
weón.
up to 120 frames per second, allowing for smoother gameplay in supported titles.
Y con HDR support, que era lo otro.
The LCD screen is more vivid and supports HDR, providing more contrast between light and dark areas of the images.
Eso me pareció buenísimo.
Buenísimo.
The all-new Joy-Con 2 controllers connect magnetically. Strong magnets keep the controllers firmly attached to the system. Detach your controller easily by pressing the release button on the back. The SL and SR buttons are bigger for greater comfort and control when
Uy,
playing
no
with the
toca ponerle esa
Joy-Con 2
marica.
held
Exacto.
horizontally.
Mucho más cómodo.
Total. Ahí directico sin eso.
Sí.
The left and right sticks are now larger.
Para evitar el drift que les pasaba. Y el mousito que se va a poder usar
Each
como mouse.
Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse to play with compatible games. Both the left and right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls. By adjusting the audio balance between the ranges, sounds from the built-in speakers are clearer
Igual me
and more
pareció que
natural
sonaba
in handheld and
bien, ¿no?
tabletop
Sí.
modes.
Siempre.
It has a built-in
Ese sí está
microphone,
bueno.
so you can voice chat with friends anytime via Game Chat.
Que eso se
It
demoraron.
also uses noise-canceling technology to filter sounds, so your voice will come through clearly. Even if you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed with more immersive, three-dimensional sound, as if it were coming from all around you.
Para que saquen unos audifonitos de Nintendo.
Está bueno.
Caballo Zelda, weón.
Está bueno.
Place your Nintendo Switch 2 however you
Perfecto.
like
Lo
with
que
a
dijimos
large,
de la cosita.
sturdy stand. You can move it freely, like this.
A mí me da miedo, se ve como enclenque.
No, madre que no.
In addition to the USB-C port found on the bottom
Mira,
of the
todo lo que muestran de
system,
Mario Kart
there's
se me
one
verdad está
on top
enorme.
as well.
Buenísimo.
Perfecto.
It's handy for connecting a USB-C camera
Cargador.
or charging in tabletop mode.
Perfecto.
Nintendo Switch 2 comes with 256 gigabytes of internal storage, 8 times that of Nintendo Switch, for storing your game downloads, save data, and more. Reading and writing data is also faster.
Chévere.
Use the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to your TV and enable up to 4K
4K.
resolution for compatible games. HDR is
No, con
also
eso ya pueden
supported
sacar
in
juegos.
TV mode.
Ya obvio, ya todos los de third parties y esas vainas. Tiene un fan, ¿sí
The
ves?
Nintendo Switch 2 dock has a built-in fan that keeps your system cool. This helps keep performance stable.
Ajá.
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as compatible Nintendo Switch games. Physical and digital games are supported.
Pero no han dicho cómo son los de este, ¿no? El juego.
No, no han mostrado. que quedan 40 minutos
As you
todavía.
just saw, Nintendo
Jueguitos.
Switch 2 isn't simply an improved Nintendo Switch. We redesigned the system from the ground up and packed in lots of new gameplay features. And to help players better understand the Switch 2 hardware, we're currently developing this game. Mr. Kawamoto!
Hello. My current location is
Se hace
actually
un
inside
juego de
the game
esos de
itself.
eso.
A ver.
This is Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
Como un astrobot, como que muestra todo
I'm
el
standing
Nintendo.
over here. Okay, everyone, join me inside the game. There are a lot of question mark icons here. Let's examine them.
Le va mostrando
This
uno
sign
todo.
reads, "Where are the magnets?"
Es
The
como un
Joy-Con 2
manual
controllers
interactivo.
attached to the system with magnets. And those magnets are inside the system. The SL and SR buttons on the Joy-Con 2 are made of metal, so that's how they attach to the system. A magnetic circuit is formed between them, so they won't easily detach.
La verga, weón.
Through examining signs like these, you can discover all sorts of secrets about Nintendo Switch 2.
La verga, weón. Ese
Another
manual,
example,
¿verdad?
the Joy-Con 2 controllers have mouse controls. And when combined with the gyroscopes, you can even do something like this.
Vea.
You can adjust the position of the golf club and aim for the cup by rotating the Joy-Con 2. By combining the mouse controls and gyroscopes, things like this are possible. There are secrets to discover even as you're playing minigames and tech demos. Some of the secrets range from the unique features of the system to tiny details you might not notice until they're pointed out. There are plenty. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will launch as a paid digital game on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. So
Ajá,
please
pero
check it out
paid.
if you're interested.
Muy Nintendo.
Sí,
Now,
pero ese sí debería
I'd
ser
like to
gratis.
share some more information regarding Nintendo Switch 2.
Da los que usted dijo, los
This is
cositos.
the game card for Nintendo Switch 2 titles. It's the same shape as Nintendo Switch
Mismo
game
tamaño.
card,
Rojo.
but it's now red
Pero es rojo.
and it has
Me
much
gusta.
Bonito,
faster
sí.
data reading speeds.
Sí, más Nintendo.
Next up is additional storage. Switch 2 will only work with micro SD express cards. They're a different type of SD card and will make high-speed data transfers possible. Please note that regular micro SD cards used for Nintendo Switch will not be compatible.
Mierda.
Additionally, to transfer data from Switch to Switch 2, you can log into your Nintendo account to use the System Transfer feature. With this feature, you can transfer save data, digital games, and more. We're also releasing
lindo.
a
La
parte de arriba
new
está muy
Pro
linda.
controller. It has a C button, which
Tiene el
launches
botón
Game
y
Chat.
debe tener
and on the
micrófono.
back, there are new GL
Ush,
and
qué
GR
raro.
buttons, which you can use to assign existing button controls.
Vamos a ponerle. Y.
In addition,
Audio
an
jack.
audio jack has been added.
Perfecto.
We've
Qué raro ese
introduced a
botón.
few new features, and after today's presentation, the official Nintendo Switch 2 website will go live. There will also be an Ask the Developer article on the website, where the three of us will talk about the development of Nintendo Switch 2. We hope you'll check that out as well.
And now, the Nintendo Switch 2 launch date.
Junio, algo.
Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June
Pinga,
5th.
man. Junio
Ya,
5.
weón.
Ya.
Very much looking forward to the day when you all get to experience it, so please wait just a bit longer.
¿Ese es igual de difícil de conseguir que el Play?
Now, broadly speaking, on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play 3 types of games.
Vea. ¿Ves?
The first type is Nintendo Switch 2 games.
¿Listo?
These games take advantage of the performance and features of Switch 2.
Pues los otros son los uno. La pregunta
The
es cuál es el
second
otro.
type is compatible games that were released on Nintendo Switch.
Pero, vea.
Nintendo Switch 2 edition games are the third type. Some games that were released on Switch will receive upgraded versions that offer things like improved visuals, unique ways to play on Switch 2, and more. Now, I'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 edition
Jamboree.
of Super Mario Party Jamboree. Please take a
A ver,
look.
la versión de Mario Party Jamboree para Switch 2 que vamos a jugar, ¿ves?
Super Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting an upgrade on Nintendo Switch 2. The upgrade expands on the base game and adds new features, including mouse controls,
Juegos de mouse.
Ok.
Nuevos
audio
minijuegos.
recognition, more expressive rumble, and
Pero no
gameplay
sirve
that
solo
uses
para
a
el chat.
camera
Eso es bueno.
accessory, all of which can be accessed on Switch 2. Let's check out 3 new and updated modes.
Vea, 3 modes nuevos.
First up is Mario Party mode.
Listo, el
With a single
clasiquito,
camera, up to 4 players can join the festivities.
pero con camarita.
You'll be able to see each other's faces as you play, so you can experience all the reactions and emotions in real time. Or 4 friends can take the party online. Up next, it's Bowser Live, a mode where the livelier team wins. Bowser will bring you on stage to hit blocks to collect the most coins, guide an RC car with your voice, go, and compete in other mini-games using full body movement and sound. Finally, take a ride on the mouse-controlled carnival coaster. With the safety bar lowered and secured, you're off. Use mouse controls to shoot down enemies while you feel the bumps and rumbles of the coaster.
Marica, ¿nos van a dar como un tablerito nuevo para el juego normal?
No, yo
There's
creo
a
que con esto ya.
bouldering game where 2 players each control an arm,
Qué verga.
and one where you shake a can of spray paint and quickly tag objects. Enjoy the thrill of these intuitive mini-games. How quickly can you reach the station? From mini-games that use a camera, the built-in microphone, mouse controls, and rumble, the biggest party yet is getting even bigger. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Jamboree TV, launches on Nintendo Switch 2, July 24th.
O sea, es un juego nuevo casi.
Nintendo Switch 2 players who already own
Eso es lo
Super
que quiero
Mario
saber.
Party Jamboree can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV by purchasing an upgrade pack.
Marias cobran todo también.
Please look forward to a new Mario Party experience, where you can see each other's reactions while playing. Let's continue presenting some more Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games.
Breath of the Wild. Uf,
Nintendo
los
Switch 2
dos.
editions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda
No, ya voy a
Tears of the
esperar a
Kingdom
terminarlo. ¿Servirá el
feature
save file?
enhanced resolution and
Sí,
frame
yo
rates,
creo. Vea, frame rates.
and
todo.
also support HDR, which makes the image more vibrant, so you can play with smoother, higher definition graphics. Plus, you can get even more out of your adventures in Hyrule using Zelda Notes. This new feature can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch app on smart devices. It's a game-specific service that's exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of these titles. For example, it can help guide you to various locations, like shrines and Koroks you haven't found yet.
Guidance activating.
Wash.
Proceed north.
Or you can share your creations using QR codes and send them
¿Se
to
los va
another
a pasar
player
otra
to
vez ahí?
create in their
Pues
game.
el
Ese,
segundo.
ese que no me lo he pasado.
We hope these features will make your adventures even more enjoyable.
Que me encantaría que Nintendo sacara achievements, weón.
In Kirby and the
También lo
Forgotten
tengo.
Lo quiero
Land,
jugar.
Y no lo he
to
pasado.
enjoy an additional story exclusive to the Nintendo
Ah, pues
Switch
sacar
2
achievements ahorita
along
ya
with
no.
improved
Una historia
graphics and
nueva
frame rates.
completamente.
Deberían haberlo sacado hace años. Estaríamos.
This
Forrados
story
en
takes place in the
achievements.
Forgotten Land after being struck by a powerful meteor that's causing
juegos
some
son buenos.
mysterious
Muy
changes.
bueno, weón. No,
We hope you're looking
transformations.
forward to Kirby's new adventure. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will have both a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition. In addition to standard
control.
controls, you can use mouse controls for intuitive gameplay on Switch 2.
Pues tan cómodo.
Plus,
No debe ser
you
tan
can
cómodo.
explore the
Pues
immersive
hay gente
world
que dice que
in
jugar los
4K
first
at
person
60
con mouse
frames
y
per
saben es
second.
lo mejor.
Bueno, si la gente que le
Or
gustan los
smoother action
computadores.
in Full
Exacto.
HD at 120 frames per
Es
second.
verdad.
Choose from these two
Yeah,
modes,
4K
both
at
of which
60.
support HDR, based on your preference and playstyle.
Pokémon también.
Pokemon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year, will not only receive a Nintendo Switch version, but a Nintendo Switch 2 edition as well. By taking advantage of the
Sigue
power
sin
of
quedarme
Switch
claro
2,
cómo va a ser, o sea,
you can
entendí
enjoy
lo de
your
Jamboree y el
adventure in
pack.
Lumio City
Digo,
with
compro por
enhanced
patos, entonces va a tocar
resolution
comprar
and
como eso.
frame
Yo no creo.
The Nintendo Switch 2 edition games you just saw will be available as both physical and digital versions.
O-
And if you already own the Nintendo
Sí,
Switch version of a game,
toca comprarle el
you can
software.
play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition by purchasing an upgrade pack. We hope you're looking forward to these Nintendo Switch 2 edition games.
En Play también toca
I'd like
pagar.
to introduce a brand new
Algunos
game
toca.
De Play 4 a
featuring
Play
mouse
5.
controls with
Pero
a
como
Joy-Con
5 o 10 dólares así.
Sí, no debe ser muy caro.
Please take a look.
¿Qué? ¿Un jueguito nuevo?
Sí.
My Fish. Estos son manes, weón. Inventan unas mierdas.
Es como un Rocket League de básquet.
Sí. Drag and Drive. Qué puto weón. Cuando leí con los manos.
Con balanzar. Ah. Y que man ver uno y todo el juego ahí.
Me gusta que sea básquetbol. Es literal un Rocket League de básquet.
Sí. No soy muy fanático de los juegos que sacan solo por
mostrar las
las
cosas.
In
funciones.
Drag and Drive, you'll use both Joy-Con 2 controllers as mice to intuitively pull off various moves. We hope you're looking forward to a new twist on 3-on-3 matches using dual mouse controls. Next, here are some games from our publishing and development partners coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
A ver, juegos de partners. Elden Ring. Sabía, weón.
I have long observed the lands between. This world is in dire need of repair. You can see them, can't you? The rays of grace that guide you through your burden.
Me parece la verga para que los tengan, pero este es el tipo de juego que usted y yo vamos a ir jugando en Play.
Obvio.
Si uno pudiera, pero pues chévere para los que lo...
Sí, la calidad igual nunca va a ser igual.
Exacto.
I have no doubt
Pero para el que tiene solo el Switch,
become elder.
perfecto. Ya se ven mucho mejor.
May you take the throne.
Tarnished Edition 2020.
Elden Ring es larguísimo, ¿no?
Sí.
Hey, I'm Greg Kasabin from Supergiant Games. Here to say that
Hades
Hades
2,
2
sorry.
is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Our first ever sequel introduces the Princess of the Dead, an immortal witch out to vanquish the sinister titan of
Pensé que este
time.
juego era exclusivo de
Beyond the
Nintendo.
underworld to the
¿Pensaba?
ends of the
Sí.
earth,
No.
getting to know
Vi que estaba
dozens of
disponible en Play.
characters from Greek myth in a story that reacts to your every setback and victory. It's the kind of game you can quickly pick up and play whether you're experienced with the original or not. Look for more about Hades 2 later this year.
皆さんこんにちは。
Resident
カプコン
Evil.
の中山です。
Por ahí el 2, 3 y 4 los van a sacar todos.
ストリートファイター
Street
6
Fighter,
です。
ok. Y
本
ahora
体
que
の
los
特徴で
Resident
の対
también.
戦はもちろん、任天堂スイッチ2だけの新モードもあります。ソフトは通常版の他に総勢26キャラクターを収録した Years 1-2 ファイターズエディションの2バージョンを、 さらにゲームと連動するアミーボとアミーボカードも一緒にスイッチ2の発売日にお届けします。お楽しみに。
Initiating Arsenal boot sequence. Weapon safety mechanism confirmed. All operating at normal levels. Testing data link with spine. Normal.
Pues son esos clásicos de...
After too long
que a mí no me gustan.
wars where our freedom was restricted, we will
¿Cómo se llaman
finally
estos?
be liberated from humans.
I'm in need of a new arsenal, new equipment, and money. I'm for sale, and you're buying.
¿Se cree que van a cerrar con el nuevo 3 de Mario?
Yo creo que sí. Sí, es un clásico.
Yo también creo que cierran con eso.
The sovereign axiom, the Trinitas, has almost completed a weapon that was created to destroy all humanity.
No! Because we're in the middle of a war. Don't you get it?
I won't just stop you. I'll tear you apart! Oh, children, bring hope to our lives. Don't they?
Hey, this is Joseph Forrest from Hazelight. I'm super excited for Split Fiction to come to Nintendo Switch 2. The game
Se nota mucho la diferencia.
¿De calidad, dice usted?
Sí. Sci-fi and Zoe who writes fantasy. Together, they get trapped in their own stories, and it's up to you and a friend to help them break free. Now, let me tell you this: if you like It Takes Two, you're gonna love this one. Trust me. And of course, you'll be able to play Split Fiction on the day Switch 2 launches.
Launch day también.
At EA Sports, we're bringing fans together across the world, both on the pitch and on the gridiron. We're excited to announce that EA Sports FC will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Madden NFL will also be arriving on the Nintendo platform. EA Sports, it's in the game.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Alan Tu from Avalanche Software. We are bringing Hogwarts Legacy to Nintendo Switch 2. With enhanced graphics and seamless world transitions, you'll be immersed in the Wizarding world like never before. And the new mouse controls on Switch 2 give you even more ways to experience the adventure. Discover the enhanced magic when Hogwarts Legacy launches on the same day as Switch 2.
Ahí sí es. Ah, yo no me acuerdo de estos juegos.
¿No?
O sea, digamos, esto no lo vi nunca.
No me acuerdo si eso también hizo jugar o no.
Porque me acuerdo del Underground y esos, pero estos 3 y 4 no.
No. Okay.
Hello, this is Christian Elverdam from IO Interactive. We are bringing our flagship title, Hitman World of Assassination, to Nintendo Switch 2.
O sea, se me hace impresionante que pueda correr esos juegos, weón, porque se está hablando de una vaina que es portátil, ¿me entiende? Comparado con... Además, vea, weón.
Sí, por tamaño y por todo.
Obviamente la calidad no va a ser la misma y yo jugaría esos juegos en el otro, pero pues, marica, igual la verga que los puedan tener.
Es que hay juegos para cada consola.
Plus, we are excited to bring
El Tony Hawk se puede jugar acá.
Sí. No, James Bond. Lo van a... Lo están anunciando acá, huevón. Claramente, huevón. Uf.
James Bond.
Siempre he dicho que estos manes se han demorado en sacar GoldenEye. Remasterizado full.
Full. En los Final Fantasy. A todos los third parties lo están apoyando.
Bravely Default returns, remastered in high definition. Featuring the Brave and Default commands that help you control the flow of turn-based battles. Change and customize jobs to build out your very own party. Enjoy your adventure with upgraded features and enhancements. And all new minigames with unique ways to play. Square Enix presents the classic fantasy RPG, Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Set foot in Luxembourg as a warrior of light once more.
セガ龍が如くスタジオ代表の横山です。我々がお送りするタイトルは
Esos son buenos.
誓いの場所ディレクターズカットです。
Bueno, acá lo que están mostrando, weón, es que todos los third parties van a apoyar esta consola.
を舞台に土地を巡る争奪戦が勃発。伝説の始まりを追加シーンとともにお楽しみください。発売日は Nintendo Switch 2の発売と同じ日。
Lo mejor eso, lo mejor de eso son las peleas.
ぜひご期待ください。
We'll have more games to show from our publishing and development partners, but for now, we'd like to show a game being developed in collaboration with Nintendo. Please take a look.
Es como el estudio de Ninja Gaiden.
When the Zonai, who descended from the heavens, joined hands with the Hylians, who dwelled on the surface. Their union
Pues tiene que ser
led to a great and prosperous kingdom.
Prologue story de la vieja cuando se vaya, weón.
But in time, a terrible evil arose.
Con Warriors, debe ser un juego de los
de Hyrule.
Warriors.
A war was fought to vanquish this evil, one which future generations would call the imprisoning war.
Va a ser un Warriors mostrando el Imprisoning War.
Have traveled back in time.
Cállese.
So that's Hyrule Castle? Then
Pero un
it
DLC.
must mean this
No,
really
no
is
es
the
un juego.
past.
Así es. Warriors. Yo lo tengo y no lo he jugado. Pues no es el Age of Calamity, creo que es.
Sí, ya sé. Hyrule Warriors The Imprisoning War se va a llamar.
Y así toca.
Ok. This winter, weón.
That was Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It's being developed by Koei Tecmo Games with support from Nintendo. We hope you're looking forward to the untold story of the Imprisoning War, which took place in Hyrule long ago.
And now, some news about Nintendo Switch Online.
favor,
You can continue to enjoy Nintendo Switch Online on Switch 2. And with Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack, you can enjoy a new membership benefit exclusively on Switch 2. Please take a look at this.
GameCube. ¡Puta, vamos!
Hay unos juegos muy buenos.
Muy buenos, weón.
De hecho, los Mario Party de este juego eran buenos.
Buenísimos, weón. Y con control, weón.
Exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo GameCube, originally
putería,
released in 2001. Here are the titles that will be available at launch.
Wind
A
Waker.
Legend of Zelda
No le he
game
jugado,
that
¿no?
looks like a cartoon come to life through cell shading. Controlling the wind using a mysterious baton, Link sets sail on an adventure across the Great Sea. The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. Transcending history and the world. A tale of souls and
Tienen que poner
swords
Mario Kart.
eternally retold.
Y meterle
Sí.
online.
In this
De pronto no lo pasan de uno.
weapons-based fighting
¿Será?
game, each fighter comes equipped with a different weapon. And Link, from the Legend of Zelda series, enters the fray. Soul Calibur 2.
Zero
Experience
GX.
a world of white-knuckle racing at speeds over 2,000 kilometers per hour. 30 machines will put it all on the line in death-defying races. Featuring the series' first machine customization and story mode, get ready to experience F-Zero GX.
Con online,
In
weón.
games that support multiplayer, up to 4 can play together locally or online. Enjoy these classic games with clearer image quality and higher resolution.
Se
than the
arrancaron
original.
sencillitos.
Sí.
Pues tienen para meter muchos juegos.
Controls for each title and customize them to your liking.
Perfecto.
More titles will be
Ya,
added in the
Strikers.
future.
El Strikers era buenísimo.
Buenísimo.
El Luigi's Mansion que no lo he pasado.
Pokémon.
Nintendo GameCube,
Estoy muchos buenos.
Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive game library coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack launches the same day as the hardware's release.
Yo he jugado uno que era como Grand Theft Auto.
A
¿Sabe cuál
dedicated
era?
controller designed after the original GameCube controller.
Mismo
will
estilo
also
mundo
be
abierto.
released. It can connect wirelessly and also has a C button to quickly access game chat. The Nintendo
puedo comprar esas
GameCube
vainas,
controller,
güey.
exclusively available for Nintendo Switch Online
Va a
members,
pedir demasiadas
will
mierdas,
also
weón.
be
Todos los
available the
accesorios,
same
todo,
day
weón.
as Nintendo Switch 2.
Whether you're familiar with the games or haven't played them before, we hope you're looking forward to Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics. Of course, you can continue to play select games from the systems shown here on Nintendo Switch 2.
Nos quitan eso y nos joden.
Okay, let's see some more games from our publishing and development partners.
Ese juego es bueno.
¿Cuál? El de. ¿Cuál es?
Deltarune.
No. Viendo acá qué dicen. Qué verga lo de GameCube. Lo está volviendo muy cerdo, weón, con lo que le ofrece a uno.
Hi, I'm Randy from Gearbox. Borderlands 4, our upcoming flagship Borderlands game, will launch on Nintendo Switch 2. Borderlands is back. Loot and shoot your way through
Este es un juego que le sirve al Nintendo.
Total, por las gráficas.
We're still in development, and it's already the most ambitious Borderlands game we've ever made.
Se ve súper chévere, de hecho.
Borderlands 4 will launch in 2025. We'll be sharing a lot of the game in the months ahead, and there's more from 2K on the way.
Hi, I'm Dennis Shirk from Firaxis Games. We're releasing a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Sid Meier's Civilization 7. In Civ 7, you'll establish an empire and guide your people throughout the ages of history. With the new mouse controls, players can enjoy a
Esos
more
juegos de
intuitive
estrategia con
gameplay
mausitos y el pelo, ¿no?
Civ 7 launches on
Pero eso es buena
the same day
estrategia.
as Switch 2.
Se traen gente de computador.
If you
PC,
already own the
exacto.
Nintendo Switch version, you can
Exactamente.
experience mouse controls in Switch 2 by purchasing the upgrade.
Uno porque está muy acostumbrado, pero hay mucha gente que prefiere el computador toda la vida.
Hi, I'm Lionel Jinks.
And I'm Ben Bishop.
Basket.
Our final announcement for today is that WWE 2K is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Plus NBA 2K as well.
We can't wait to see you in the ring.
And on the court.
4 kids find this old tattered man. Off they went armed with nothing but youthful enthusiasm and a profound lack of preparation. Boom! Terrible at steering a raft. Let's slay some trees. Awesome! You nailed it! Hook, line and sinker. Tastes amazing, doesn't it? Really have started to master this survival thing. Next stop, the top.
Escape.
Ha! Nicely done. Well, I think that's everything.
Hola,
Hi,
otra vez.
I'm Dave Crooks from
Vuelvo a
Dodgeball.
cargar.
Let's look at Enter the Gungeon 2.
Es que pega ese.
Dodge countless bullets and aim for the Gungeon's depths in our roguelike shooter sequel.
Ah, no,
Now
pero
reloaded in a new 3D art style. You can expect some fan favorite elements to return. We're still working on the game. and We're
Uy, se
excited
jodieron.
to share more with you in the future.
se les congeló la imagen. Uy, falla. Falla grande, güey.
están mostrando ahí?
Ya.
Pero está corrida la imagen con el sonido, weón. Qué falla que les haya pasado.
Personas vienen de atrás.
Sí. O sea, se destrabó, pero el sonido siguió
My
andando.
name is Adam Badowski from CD Projekt Red.
Viene
We are
colgado
delighted
el
to
coso.
bring the immersive world of the dark
Ponga el
future
chat.
to Nintendo players for the first time.
¿Dónde es que es acá?
Cyberpunk 2077 is an open-world action-adventure RPG set in Night City.
Qué mierda porque no se está viendo nada.
You can transport
Pues vamos a
yourself to the
salir y
city
entrar a ver
of
qué
dreams
pasa.
No, son ellos.
or on the
Pedazo.
go. Get ready to meet unforgettable
Delay.
characters and discover engaging stories when Cyberpunk 2077
Cyberpunk
Ultimate
también,
Edition
weón.
comes to Nintendo Switch 2
Van a
online.
echar a alguien hoy, dice.
こんにちは。スクエアエニックスの浜口です。
Va a ser último prueba.
Pero no, weón, ya está.
Pues porque ellos lo han hecho esto, sí.
ファイナルファンタジー7リメイク
Se
イン
les
ター
cagó
グレ
esa
ード
mierda,
を
weón.
発売いたします。本作はミッドガル脱出までを描いた3部作シリーズの1作目となり、20年以上の時を経て再創作された新しい FF7 を体験
Vamos a escuchar primero que qué es.
Sí, obvio.
スイッチ2で展開する FF7 リメイクシリーズにぜひメイクシリーズに
No Pro
ぜひ
Controller.
ご期待ください。
Marica. ¿Y será que si cambiamos a otros los streams de ellos como de otro país?
Pues el
El de España o algo así.
Hollow Knight dicen que es el juego más jodido de pasar, ¿no?
Sí. ¿Lo mostraron?
Sí.
Lista por Wikipedia.
Creo que ya está bien.
O sea, ¿se adelantó?
Ujú. Sí. No sé. Star Wars.
Ah, sí. Claramente no estamos en donde es en los términos de sonido. Fortnite. Qué raro que les haya pasado eso, weón.
Eso los jode.
Sí,
O
obvio.
sea, le dan papaya a los otros.
Save. Ya, pero se alineó, no sé.
Es que en los puntos parece que sí. Y por la musiquita puede que sí.
Porque sonaría.
Ahí,
Ahí sonó.
está corridito.
We've shown a lot of games so far. The next game will be the last from our publishing and development
Mario.
partners.
Ah, no.
Please take a look.
No, no
Ese y
mostraron.
Mario.
No.
¿Nada más?
No.
Todavía les quedan 8 minutos.
Resident.
I give you my blood. I give you my life.
Castlevania. ¿Qué será, weón?
Turn, O wheel, and transport him
Es
to a
como
night
Castlevania, Devil May Cry.
¿Cierto? Me suena un Castlevania,
to
weón.
humanity's very dusk.
Ah, güey, puta, de los mismos de Elden Ring van a hacer un juego exclusivo para ellos.
La música es clave, ¿no? Dan ganas de jugarlo solo por la música.
Yo creo que este va a ser exclusivo de Switch. Un vampiro, ¿no? Marica, tienen que cerrar con el nuevo 3D Mario.
Que hay tiempo.
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon, as befits the soon to depart.
I pray that you are able.
En cualquier momento sacan un... ¿Cómo se llama ese? Mario Paint.
Mario Paint.
Por el mouse.
Obvio. O Mario Maker.
Es, que también es fácil para...
Tears will flow for one, and one alone.
The Dusk Bloods.
Listo. El cierre.
A ver. Sigue. Con el ojo. Only on Nintendo Switch 2, weón, no es exclusivo.
What you just saw was a brand new game by From Software. We'll be publishing a creator's voice article where the game's director, Hidetaka Miyazaki, will share more details about the game, so please check it out when it's available. That's all from our publishing and development partners. We'd like to thank the developers who appeared today, as well as our publishing and development partners who prepared footage for this presentation.
Siempre han salido con Mario.
Sí, tienen. Ahí está.
In addition to what you saw today, our partners are working on many games coming to Nintendo Switch 2. We'll showcase more games in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it.
Cierra, 3D Mario.
Next, please take a look at this.
Pues. Se fue. Tiene que ser, weón. Tiene que ser. ¿Kirby?
Sí, eso suena como Kirby.
Crossover, ok. Ah, no, es una estrella de Mario, puede ser.
Ahí está Kirby.
Kirby, ¿pero qué? ¿Smash Bros?
Uf. No.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land 2.
Se dejaron el Mario para después.
No, marica.
Es como un racing de Kirby.
¿Queda un minuto? Quedan 2 minutos. Ay, marica, es Sakura, del man de Smash Bros.
Kirby Air Ride, which originally released on the Nintendo
Tiene que
GameCube
dejar
system
algo.
over 20 years ago, is getting a brand new game. We hope you're looking forward to Kirby Air Riders, directed by Masahiro Sakurai.
No sé.
Next is our last trailer for today.
Ese sí
Please
es.
take a look.
Marica, por favor. Splatoon. Oh, Mario. Por el Bananas. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong, pues. Va a ser un mashup entre Mario y Donkey Kong, va a ver.
Eso es Donkey.
Eso es Donkey. Uf, un Donkey en 3D, pues.
Nada, brutal. Ese sí.
Marica. Qué cerdada,
Ah, ese sí es tan bueno como Mario. Igual el Mario sale.
Sí.
Ah, es su clásico 2D.
Los Gremlins, ¿cómo se llaman esos? Qué chimba, weón. Uy, en julio.
Gran juego.
That was a brand new 3D platforming action game starring Donkey Kong, called Donkey Kong Bonanza. With incredible strength, smash through enemies, walls, the ground, and just about everything as you demolish your way through a massive underground world. More details will be shared in the future. We hope you're looking forward to it.
Falta
Thank
el
you
Mario.
for watching
pero
so
bueno.
far.
No, los tipos dejan el Mario para el próximo.
¿Será?
To recap, Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th.
¿Listo?
Finally, here are the hardware options that will be available at launch.
Ah, puta, hardware
We'll
options.
release Nintendo Switch 2,
La cámara.
as well as a bundle that includes a digital
bundle
version of
con-
Mario Kart World.
Ok.
For more details, please check the official Nintendo
Thank you.
Switch 2 website, which goes live later today.
We've covered a lot of information, but that's all we have to share for today.
You'll have to wait just a bit longer for launch. We are very much looking forward to everyone being able to experience Nintendo Switch 2. We appreciate you joining us today. Thank you very much.
Ok.
Ok. Mañana y pasado va a dar el Treehouse de juego que van a mostrar los juegos, vea. Todo lo que van a mostrar. Marica.
Bueno,
Bueno, Fish.
estuvo bien.
Me gustó, weón.
Sí, estuvo bien. Solo faltó el Mario, pero es obvio que se lo guardan para otro más adelante. Pero el Donkey fue bueno.
Exacto, hagamos una listica acá de los juegos que son esenciales. Entonces, Donkey Kong, ¿cómo es que se llamaba? Bonanza.
Bonanza.
Bonanza. Julio, ¿no?
El Mario Kart.
Mario Kart Worlds, ¿cierto? Launch, el día que sea junio.
El Kirby.
Kirby, ¿cómo se llama? Air Raiders.
Sí.
Sale este año, ¿no? No pusieron fecha, pero este año.
Y el otro, creo que ningún otro. Solo el otro que es exclusivo. No me acuerdo cómo se llama.
El de From Software, que es en 2026. Le tomé fotico. The Dusk Bloods. The Dusk. Póngase el stream de los de Kind of Funny y los oímos ahí, que me gusta.
Vale.
Busquémoslo ahí acá.
Está raro el mouse.
Siempre me pasa eso y no entiendo por qué. Bueno.
Está solo esto, ¿no? Que está solo esto.
All time.
Wow.
It's been a long journey, my friends. Of course, I am Tim Geddes. I'm joined today by Blessing Adeoye Jr.
Do you think it's actually the final one?
Yeah.
You don't think sometime
No,
late this year they're like,
donde no es.
but
Side of Fry says, I still don't believe Pokemon comes to Switch 2.
Aquí fue cuando se acabó, que no entiendo. No entiendo.
it's still very like focused. Yeah.
You know?
It's just, they're just ahead of their time.
Kyloctopus super chats in, bless this one.
Estamos en el que
Many
es,
different
¿no?
characters in it.
And Mercedes-Benz.
I hope that they, yeah, exactly. Never
This
forget that.
is
I hope they continue it. And I also
16 de
expect
enero.
they'll continue it, but
no.
they're never going to not.
¿Dónde están los live? Debe ser este.
Views, previews, things we need to talk about, we do it here on youtube.com/kindafunnygames, twitch.tv/kindafunnygames, and podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, go ahead and pick up that Kinda Funny membership. Of course, the Kinda Funny membership gets all of our shows. That's more than $80 a month ad-free. And of course, you get your daily dose of me, Greg Miller, and a one-on-one podcast series I do called Greg Way. I guess it's 1-on-0.
¿Y cuáles alcanzó a ver cuáles eran?
I
¿Los que
talk
salieron?
alone. It's just me talking. Don't worry about it.
De
Of course,
GameCube,
no
¿cuáles
bucks, also no big deal.
F-Zero.
Like, subscribe, share wherever you're getting this
F-Zero,
platform and this podcast.
GX.
Remember, of course, if you
Wind
have
Waker.
Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, which is a
Wind
free
Waker.
30-day sub to give to the gifter of your
Y
sub-channel of
Soul
choice.
Calibur.
Remember, of course.
Don't forget that if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime.
It doesn't auto-renew, so you need to set a
Estaba el de
reminder. They don't
Hyrule
want you to
Warriors
remember you
también,
have that
¿cierto?
benefit.
Sí.
If you are hanging out with us live right now, youtube.com/kindafunnygames, get your super chats in to be part of this show. We're going to want your reviews of the Nintendo Switch Direct, your reviews and questions about the Nintendo Switch 2, what you thought of Mario Kart, what you thought of Donkey Kong. There's a lot to cover, and we will be doing that for quite some time before, of course, Gary Whitta comes in with Paris Lily
Impression Engage,
to do
creo.
your one and only
Age of
Kinda Funny
Impression.
Games Daily. After that, it's going to be an extra long Pokemon stream to celebrate Nintendo. So a lot of good stuff. You will be getting a Kinda Funny membership exclusive, Greg Way, of course, when I'm done with all
Bueno,
of
pero
this.
esto no
And I can do
está.
that, so look forward to that.
Solo
Thank
los
our
vio.
Patreon producers.
pues van a salir.
Anatoly Ast. Delaney 20,
bueno, estos
Carl
eran los
Jacobs, and
juegos-
Omega Buster. Today we're brought to you by Lost Skies, Monaco 2, and Rocket Money, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's start with topic of the show. Andy,
Marica,
you've
estamos
done
en
it.
donde no es. ¿Esto es de
You
otra fecha?
lived
¿O esto es en vivo?
The
Esto en vivo.
Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. And I would be a fool to ask you, what was the best thing you saw? Because I assume you're going to nerd out about this From Software game.
The Dusk Bloods.
Great name.
Espere, y dijimos que se pueden jugar como Switch One
Exclusive
Enhanced
Nintendo
Games,
game
¿no?
directed by Miyazaki.
Yeah.
I
Están.
could not have predicted
Dijimos que
it.
estaba
You could
Super
not
Mario
have said
Party
anything
Jamboree.
more wild than that to me.
What if this
Los
morning
dos
I had
Zelda.
said that to you? Like, I heard this, I heard that.
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
El Kirby.
Hollow Knight Silksong being in a Fucking supercut, unbelievable. This is insane. I couldn't tell because of the art direction initially on. It didn't have the makings and looks of.
Can I interrupt you?
Yes.
I have
You
breaking.
have a press release.
I have breaking news from my press release.
Holy shit!
The Nintendo Switch 2 launches June 5th at $449.99.
I called it.
There you go, everybody. $449.99.
Greg, Tim said I was crazy.
You know what?
Fuck
he
that
also
coward.
said
Definitely
he also said
OLED.
beer,
Yeah.
but that's a different conversation. That's a different conversation about what's happening over there.
Listo.
Yes,
Pedimos Kirby and the Forgotten Land, ¿cierto?
$49.99. We will make sure we update all of our panelists as they make their way back in
¿Qué
here.
más había,
There's so
weón?
much to dig through. You're happy with that price?
Yeah.
I was thinking $399. I was pretty confident in $399.
$399 would have been lovely, obviously. I think I am not surprised
Entremos
by
a
the
la
extra 50,
métase a una
especially
nueva
with
ventanita, entremos a la
everything
página
getting
de
more
Nintendo a ver qué
expensive
más
with
están los
tariffs.
press
I'm not
releases y
surprised
eso.
by that at all. That's what I said when we were predicting it. They called me a madman. And
they
I
called
said,
you a madman.
¿Cuánto
Tim was
costó el
like, you're
PlayStation?
crazy, is what he told me.
Okay.
He did that like, you're crazy.
Igual.
Yeah, why do you like that?
I don't know.
Why doesn't he just
And I was
believe
like, the only
us?
reason it's crazy to me is that it's not a round, pretty-looking number.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
can give you that. I can see that.
449 is just kind of odd for a starting, just visually, aesthetically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But it just made sense to me with how. I also think they take it as a nice excuse to just go like,
Por ahí,
things are crazy.
Listen, we tried. It's also, and again, it's such an easy out of like, listen, we tried.
Yeah,
You know,
tack
who
on
knows what we're gonna
$50.
do. Yeah.
I'm not surprised by that. I think if it
no,
were
todo
anything
lo
over
que-
500, I would have
Yeah.
been kind of like, oh shit, that's
Nintendo Switch 2
wild.
es
But this makes sense to
449.99.
me.
Y el bundle con
Super
Mario,
stoked by all the
599.
specifications we saw.
Yeah, I'm
Can't
looking
believe that
forward
they
to that.
went that deep into it. We'll get all into all that later, obviously, but
Listo.
still kind of shocked that we see
Thank you so much.
120 hertz on the screen. Like the fact that they're even showing off information like that just feels so anti-Nintendo, and I'm happy that it happened anyway because I'm a nerd for that shit.
Porque Bloodborne
This
2.
is super exciting.
Porque pues, no, que se parece.
$449.99.
Donkey Kong,
Yeah,
Is that the
Bonanza.
bundle?
Así
That
lo
there's no.
pusimos.
I'm getting this information live, and no, that is not the bundle, according to what I'm seeing.
So that's not
I
the-
quickly went through trying to find if they have a bundle price in here, but it does not look like that.
So that's not the
Mario.
base version.
Bundle
This
is
is
$499.
Hay nuevos
Wow.
The
juegos
bundle
que
is
se-
$499.
That's what
Yoshi's
Toby Blue
Adventure.
says.
I mean,
Interesting.
Toby Blue, I can trust.
So
I assume.
$449. So more
$449.
expensive than people thought.
Yeah. Mike, how's that sit with you? $449.99 for the Nintendo Switch 2.
You know what? They showed off the goods. They
Yeah.
showed the upgrades that I wanted. They impressed me in certain areas. They, it's worth it. $449 sounds right to me. I'm on board.
We
Bueno,
are, of
suelta
course,
notar,
going to
bueno,
run
espere.
through this announcement by announcement, game by game, news tidbit by news tidbit. But of course, this is the Kind of Funny Games cast where we go through and give these review scores. We do want to know on the Kind of Funny review scale, patented scale, 20-point
Sí,
scale.
Mario.
What do we think of this one? I'm going to start with you, Andy Cortez.
This is the most 10 out of 10 masterpiece.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10 masterpiece.
¿Será que para grabar
You
como en la
cannot
red, lo que nosotros
show
tres sacamos la
off
mexicana,
an
hacemos estilo podcast, a ver cómo nos va?
Miyazaki-led From Software game that
Casi
came
tenemos
out of
que
nowhere
intentar
and have
hacer.
it not be a 10 out of 10.
Fair,
Of course,
fair.
Hollow Knight being in the
Estos
supercut, in the just a little small cameo, just dropping it in. Cat Bailey calling it immediately as it popped up. This would have been an 11 out of 10, like Mike's hype level for this. This would have been 11 if we got any sort of look at a new Zelda or whatever. I guess I expected Mario Odyssey, or a Mario sequel. Having that DK thing looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Super stoked
to
see how that looks. And again, just everything they showed off spec-wise, 4K 60 or 1080p 120 as options, absolutely wild, stunning. I am so stoked. Dude, Metroid
Mario
Prime
Kart
4
se ve
keyboard
brutal,
mouse,
¿no?
or not keyboard mouse, but you know what I mean. Mouse
We're going to
control.
call it keyboard mouse. That's fine.
El
Never
mapa de
mind.
Mario.
Fuck,
del-
I'm just
del-
ecstatic
del
right now,
juego,
man.
weón.
Very, very happy.
Snowbike Mike, you've never been known as the biggest Nintendo fan or Switch fan. What would you give this?
I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. It was
Okay,
amazing. This was a very, very good presentation. The Nintendo Switch 2 did kind of wow me. Not super wow, but like it impressed me with the specs that I wanted to see from this in today's age of all these next-gen consoles. They showed off the games, which is what I was really impressed with. They have a strong
La pre-orders
third-party
la próxima
support system
semana.
right now,
Eso es
especially at
importante saber
launch,
cuándo son
which
los
is what I
pre-orders,
want.
porque
When I
para estar
jump
ahí
into
listo,
a
weón.
console for this
8 de
price,
abril.
I want to make
Sí.
sure I have the games ready to rock and roll.
Listo,
And
entonces-
yeah, I mean,
Eso
nothing
se
beats a
pusieron.
cool Donkey Kong. Hyrule Warriors, I'm into. I've been
Hay que estar acá
loving
conmigo para
Dynasty
pedir esa mierda. Voy a
Warriors,
pedir dos de
I'm
una vez
excited
por
to
si
jump
acaso,
into that.
weón.
There were some things that didn't impress me, right? that the communication social hub wasn't wowing in 2025.
You don't want to get that camera? You don't want to get the camera and lock it in?
that is why I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10. I think this interesting social hub is fun. It's cool, maybe for families and friends, but I think in 2025 this isn't wowing us like it did with the Nintendo Switch 1, where you go, oh my gosh, Nintendo is really doing something here. How do you improve on greatness? It's tough. It's difficult. I get it. But an amazing conference nonetheless. It was a lot of fun.
Before I get your review score, Kat, and it is on the big screen, which Bear can throw back up if you don't know our review scale, which I appreciate. It also is in this press release. Pre-orders start in North America on April 9th. So we are 1 week from today.
Birthday.
Really? Oh,
happy birthday to Kat.
Really quick. No snaps. Like we had the snap sound, but nobody
did the snap.
Yeah.
Of course. Kat Bailey, of course, you are from Axe of the Blood God podcast.
Hello.
Thank you so much. You're a big Nintendo fan. What would you rate this Nintendo Switch Direct?
9.75. Is that?
We don't do that. We do 0.5.
We can do 9.5.
No, you do whatever you want. You're the guest.
Yeah, I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, a masterpiece.
Yeah. It answered a lot of questions for me.
Yeah.
And I think 120 FPS is low-key
Insane.
really awesome.
Te pondría 9
The
solos.
screen is a lot better than I
Porque
thought.
faltó Mario.
I went in going, I don't know if the
Sí.
screen is. It's
Marica,
just
si hubiera
enough of an
sacado
upgrade.
coso.
Yeah.
And I think it really
Hasta
is.
este
And we
también,
were
lo
kind
del
of
Nintendo Switch 2
expecting
Welcome
what,
Tour, que es
Xbox
igual
Series
puesto.
S equivalent, but on Nintendo Switch, I think that's good enough.
Eso deberían sacarlo como el
I think
Astro
the game
Ball.
lineup was awesome.
Exacto,
Oh my
gratis
gosh,
para
regalito
getting
pa'l-
a From Software game was a huge surprise.
Insane.
Brand new, too, and
Yeah.
directed by Miyazaki. All due respect to some of the folks that work under him, I always thought he was kind of a little too busy these days to do anything but the really big ones.
Yeah. So this is a really
and
big
it's
one,
an
apparently.
exclusive. I assumed a timed exclusive.
Los micro
but
SD
bring the
cards,
goods
entonces
right
veas, estoy
there.
llevando
That's
todo lo
what-
que hay
yeah,
que
giving
comprar.
people a reason,
Dos
right, to believe
consolas,
in the
4
Switch,
Pro
believe in the
controllers,
third-party support, yeah, for sure.
4
No.
controles de GameCube,
Buttons. Oh my god.
Insane,
la
right?
cámara,
Yeah, think
los
about that too.
micro
It's the
SD
first
express cards,
Like I would say,
protectores de
I guess kind of
pantalla,
it's optional, but it's the first like,
maletica,
controller from any of the big
por
three
dos, la
that
grande y
is,
la
hey, we
chiquita,
have the back
¿cierto?
buttons
¿Sí sabes?
as the default.
Very
This
cool.
isn't the Elite. This isn't an upgrade. This isn't something that's coming later. This is, you can get it right now and go with it.
I guess they call it a Pro, but you know. But still, I'm with you.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Joy-Cons,
More
sí.
expensive than expected.
Yeah, at
And
$449.
a little bit light on the
Los
storage
Joy-Cons
capacity.
adicionales.
Like, I think the Steam Deck that I bought was literally double than that, for example.
Sure.
So I did spend a lot more money on it. But on the flip, and no
Muéstrame,
Smash
bueno, aparecieron los
in this
controles,
one.
¿viste?
Yeah,
Que
yeah,
aquí van a
Which
venir.
I guess was kind of expected. Smash didn't come
Ah,
around
Metroid
until
Prime
the
for
year after, and
Switch
Sakurai is
edition.
seemingly busy.
Cierto?
And you know what? I'm going to give you Sakurai, of anybody, deserves a lot of grace. So please go follow your bliss. Go make Kirby Riders.
Whatever they'll let
We're
you
good.
do.
But put a Switch 2 version of Smash Ultimate out there is kind of all I ask, really.
And that's got to be coming.
And
Yeah,
Melee
got
on
to be coming.
GameCube NSO is a
Hollow
big
Knight
deal for me
Silk Song
personally.
released
I do
in
have
2020
questions for that,
according
but
to
we can get to
Nintendo.
that later.
Okay.
And the mouse is really cool.
Yeah.
The mouse and key pad or mouse and switch, whatever, for Prime 4, really cool.
One of the things I want to argue myself, I said first controller that would have it, right, but not an Elite or something like that. Of course, as we predicted, you can use your Nintendo Switch Pro controller, your Joy-Cons, etc., from your Switch 1 with your Switch 2. So I guess
Smash ya tienen
technically then this would be an
un
upgraded
nivel
version of the Switch
brutal.
2.
¿Qué
I
más?
printed off for
De
everybody
edición de
the
todos.
official press
Sí,
release
es que
here
es
from
lo que
Nintendo,
yo quiero,
which is a
weón.
bible of information on all the games as we continue to dig through it, run through it. For my money, I would say that this is a
9 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10.
Hey, you can't do that.
I can. I just did it.
We do 0.5s.
We do
here.
0.5s. Yeah, not 0.7. Yeah, that's where I was getting you.
Can I change my
Yeah, of course you can.
9.5 as well?
Yeah, nobody's locked in.
I
Don't
think
I want to be 9.5 too then.
Super Mario Sunshine.
It's crazy. It's 7 a.m.
What a direct. You know what I mean? Like, I think, again, like, this is always so difficult to get all this
Mario
information out there about it. I think, you know, especially for Nintendo, who is
Fire Emblem,
classically bad at really
Path of
delivering
Radiance.
this. When they went into the breakdown of this, here's what the Switch 2 is, and it was that polished package of this, that, this, blah, blah, blah. And then the game lineup, yeah, I thought was really impressive. Even when we
Pokemon
got to,
XD.
okay, it's going to be Mario. Oh, it's Donkey Kong. I was immediately like, I'm not a big Donkey Kong guy. Watching that trailer, I'm like, I gotta play this. This looks awesome. Him tearing apart the world, tearing apart all the stuff, and then just the action in there.
Mario-
Like, that looked incredible. And if that's gonna deliver
Mario
on
Smash
what
Football.
it looks to me like a Mario, right? And if it's gonna be that kind of experience, but obviously so different because it's Donkey Kong, I'm all about that. Let alone everything we saw before. Let alone, Nintendo Switch 2 Enhanced
PB
Editions, which we
Robo.
will talk about, how we feel about what they're gonna price that at. Maybe that's in here as well. I haven't had the chance to dig through this in the entire way. A really, really amazing showcase, I think, from Nintendo to set the bar for what they're doing here. And even though I wanted $399 for this. I'm not mad at $450. You know what I mean? I think, again, it speaks to, of course, tariffs and everything else and what's going to happen here. But I can do $450, no problem, for what they're talking about, what they're selling here.
So a lot of people weren't expecting. A lot of people thought, well, okay, Nintendo is doing a lot of their manufacturing in Vietnam, so they might be able to get around the tariffs and stuff like that. But
Project 007.
$450, I guess, is kind of expected. Everything has just been getting more expensive in general. So.
Yeah, sadly.
But if you compare it to a lot of the dedicated handhelds out there, PC handhelds, it's
Kirby and the
not
Forgotten
that
Land
bad, ultimately.
Switch edition with improved graphics. Y se llama
Mike, are you happy with 450?
Yeah, I'm happy with 450. I think that falls right in line in the console market, right? I don't think you can be too mad at that. I know we want it on the cheaper side of things, coming off of the Switch 1 compared to, or Sony and Xbox. But where I'm at right now, when I look at the Series X, as you brought up, and the Series S, I'm happy with where this is kind of putting itself. And yeah, it's the next generation of Nintendo. I think things are all going up in the world, so $50 increase is not killing me and not hurting my heart there on that one.
All right, everybody, then it's time to start wading through all of this information. Of course, chat, I see you out there popping off. I like that. I did want your reviews, as I asked at the top immediately. Boycott Activision says $450 for mouse and old tech. Too expensive. Two mad emojis right there, so that you get that all set there in terms of what they think about it. George Huffman says physical games will cost more than digital. ... We'll see if that's confirmed. Joey D says, I doubt the mouse mode will be smooth and comfy, though, Andy. Okay.
¿Cómo se llaman estas vainas de atrás?
Andy, this is an interesting one. Cat, too. TR Pick says, unlike Bloodborne, do y'all think FromSoft is keeping the rights to the new games?
Yes.
I
think they want to.
I think they've learned a lesson or two.
Yeah.
Let's jump into it and start going blow by blow then, as we have said, as we get into this. We began with, of course, Mario Kart World. I think, again, Andy, you nailed it at the end there. How did none of us guess this name?
Yeah. I think, we went with Cross Country. We went with, I think Blessing said Cross Worlds, and we're like, wait, no, that's the Sonic game or whatever the hell. Mario Kart World just makes so much sense. I don't know why. It just was the most obvious option, and none of us even thought of it. But it looks great. I think that was my hope when we were kind of first shown it, was I kept on bringing up the Forza thing. If they can do anything similar to Forza, even just this free roam mode, hanging out with your friends and driving, going off of ramps and just doing photo mode, it looks so much fun. And having this large interconnected map, with a bunch of different tracks sort of being all over the place. I love seeing that world map later on in the little trailer that we saw. This looks fun as hell. I can't freaking wait. I'm really excited about it.
Let me give you the official description here from the press release, all right? Put the pedal to the metal in Mario Kart World. Brand new experience set in a vast interconnected environment. Race seamlessly across connected courses that deliver Mario Kart racing like never before.
Hammer Bros,
24 drivers can't compete in a
echando
race.
martillos para adelante.
Como un poco como de poder.
Pero back-to-back courses and checkpoints with no pit stops along the way. If a player doesn't make it to each checkpoint at a high enough placement, they will be eliminated. And in free roam, it's possible to go off the racetrack and drive in any direction you wish, explore areas that pique your interest, and take some photos at scenic spots with a group of friends. Mario Kart World races on a Nintendo Switch 2 on June 5th. More details will be revealed in the Mario Kart World Direct presentation April 17th at 6 a.m. Pacific. I love Mario Kart, period. What makes me excited about this one is the idea that, hey, when you're going to free roam, I bet that's where we unlock a bunch of cool stuff. I'm going to go out there and find, we saw, you called it out, Andy, in this we saw us, wearing different outfits as the traditional characters. I bet that's the kind of stuff you got to go out and actually noodle and find in the open world.
I think it's going to be great for families as well, especially when I think of you and Ben, right? Of like, hey, let's put down the race and we don't have to stress about time or laps.
That's why I love Forza.
Go explore. And I think, we talk about Forza. I think that is a big win here, especially Nintendo. We think of these family-friendly games. We think of these moments that you get to share when you put away the competitive side of things and you can just have fun and enjoy the scenery. I think that is a massive win right there.
Yeah, and I think it really opens the door for more of a single-player experience. Traditionally, Mario Kart has been race the tracks, have fun with your friends, and that's fine and everything. But having an actual campaign, if they decide to have that in there, with hidden items and collectibles, I think that's the upgrade that we really need from a series that last saw a major release more than a decade ago at this point, which is wild.
Crazy.
It's older than Kind of Funny.
Oh, we don't bring that up. Of course, there's one psycho we all know and love about Mario Kart. His name's Barrett Courtney, of course, the boss baby, the CEO Junior. How you feeling, Barrett?
Feeling great about Mario Kart World. I actually want to take us somewhere else, though, really quick. Wario 64 post. Nintendo Switch 2 on My Nintendo Store. Invites will go out to people who register their interest. Register here. First come, first served basis. To registrants who have purchased a Nintendo Switch Online membership with a minimum of 12 months NSO and 50 hours of gameplay as of April 2nd. So in terms of, I assume, pre-ordering through Nintendo themselves, I think this is how they're going to try to fight scalpers, at least on their end.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think it's one of those you can roll your eyes at and laugh at, which is true,
Right.
but it is like with the big
Logarse en la
people
Nintendo
saying,
account
what about
y poner el interés de comprarlo. Y ellos le mandan la información
¿De qué?
De la compra.
But not the
I'm opening up my authenticator.
Para el Nintendo.
I gotta get in.
Sí, que no se mete directo a comprarlo, sino hay que meterse a la cuenta y decir que estoy interesado para que le manden en su momento la información de compra.
I think there's definitely some
clave eso,
questionable
weón, ¿no?
things there. Purely just Wind Waker coming through GameCube, Nintendo Switch. Again, I feel like those Wii U ports never actually existed, the HD versions of those games, and we just got fed bad info when I was at IGN fucking 7 years ago at this point. That hurt, but I had a fucking fantastic time hanging out with y'all, watching this. Getting a Donkey Kong 3D platformer game in the year 2025. Again, like I said in the reacts, like Blessing and I are thriving. You know, we've been waiting for something like this since Donkey Kong 64, so that's awesome. Like, you know, I'm glad to take a break from Mario for a bit to, you know, give Donkey Kong some love.
Sure.
Do you think we can all collectively thank Seth Rogen, and this is not even me joking, like just the movie in general for making Donkey Kong, like, I feel like that has a major tie-in, the fact that not only DK World,
that would have been a plan for a while, though. That would, I think in general he's part of Nintendo's vision to revitalize.
I don't think it's the
Not
the
Seth Rogen, but you
reaction
know what I
to the movie, because we've been hearing rumors about a Donkey Kong platformer for like 5 years at this point. So or
movie had to have been in
not
development
5
since
years,
then
but
too.
If
yeah,
anything,
like 4 years or something like that.
The movie is a piece of a plan to try and make
Ahí estoy
Donkey
ya
Kong
logueado,
a more
¿cierto?
vital character again
Yes,
in
exactly.
2025, because
Yeah.
he kind of got lost a little bit
En
in
el
the
2.
mix with Mario. Mario definitely overshadowed him.
Yeah.
But Donkey Kong's
Check
still
out
a
the
really important
presentation,
character.
you know,
Yeah,
feature.
and it like definitely like once they stopped
De
working with
pronto todavía
Rare,
no.
taking the 64 out of it, like with Country and all that stuff, like it definitely felt like they were struggling to like really push DK, and so I'm happy with that plan. Exclusive FromSoft game on the Switch too, awesome, all that stuff. But to bring it back to Mario Kart, yeah, I'm very excited. I'm glad to eat crow on the whole like thinking the openness of the game was being overblown, but that's a cool way to kind of change things up. Like after Mario Kart 8 feeling kind of like the pinnacle of what we've had so far. Them doing something different with it, I think is rad, and I'm excited to get new courses. Honestly, that's just what I need. I loved 8, but we've had it for 12 years at this point. So I'm ready for something new and
¿Usted se
different.
compraría el bundle de una vez con digital o
Dynamic weather is
para
crazy.
que el juego aparte?
Riding looks great.
Also, I'm just really quick on the hardware. Excited for all of that. I will never use that fucking chat option probably ever. But everything else, like 120 hertz and handheld 4K 60,
Marico,
dock
vale
mode, all that sounds
$80,
really cool,
weón,
really exciting.
el juego.
Oh god, yeah. Look at all these cups. Look at all those different tracks.
And look at all
I'm
these
excited.
racers, of course.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Major
But
Peak.
didn't see Dry Bones, so it's kind of offensive that I can be
se puede.
a cow.
Sí.
I love
Yeah,
it.
I can
Hey,
be a penguin, but I can't be Dry
the
Bones.
cow from Moo Moo Meadows.
I know.
Fuck yeah, dog.
I
Ahora
respect the
esto.
cow,
Fuck
but I'm
yeah,
just
dog.
saying.
Sigue ese
Like
man,
looking
Wario
at the totem
64.
pole hierarchy, that Dry Bones is maybe below
Cow
the
got
cow.
pushed up. That's
Que es el
crazy.
link.
Cow's on a historic run.
Not about that life. Not about that life whatsoever.
Steam.
Yeah, and these costumes are a cool addition too. As somebody who likes to, switch it up as much as possible, make it look cool out there.
I like seeing the boats.
No,
Was that the
no.
last one?
The
Going
boats?
to like
Solo quiere
boat
bundle.
when you jump in the water.
No lo
If anything,
compra
they're
con 4, pero no hay
doing
online del
Diddy
juego.
Kong Racing.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
they
really
had
enjoyed
airplanes
seeing
as
that.
well.
I'm pumped on just it feels fresh, like Barrett and you have said. It's like that's an old game that we've all loved, and I can't wait for something new.
Them going boat mode makes me think like Nintendo, it's time. Bring wave race back, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Hydro Thunder, bring it back.
1080 snowboarding.
We do have a hot take
Se
for
ve
you.
muy cerdo ese Mario Kart, weón. Muy
According to Jeff
cerdo.
Keighley, digital games
¿En bundle?
on the
Igual?
Nintendo Switch 2 are now $80.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's pricey.
He is saying
They
Mario
just
Kart,
skipped the fucking 70. Huh?
Mario Kart World will retail for $80 for the digital edition. Then he follows up with a separate tweet recapping everything and dropping at the end of there. Digital games are now $80.
That's big news, honestly.
That's a high
Well,
Nintendo's
tariffs, the
moving the
import
bar.
cost for the digital code.
Does that shift, the whole game industry? Will we start seeing that on the next wave? Yeah.
This is everybody's going to start doing this.
Yeah,
soon.
of course.
And GTA 6 is going to be $100, like mark it down. So, if anything, Nintendo. It's surprising to see Nintendo setting the bar early because traditionally they've been the more affordable alternative console, the one that you would get in addition to a PS5. But this is where the games industry is trending at this point.
Yeah, this is an interesting wrinkle, and I know Jeff saying that apparently he has it for Mario Kart. I'm interested to see if where he's getting that. Where I mean, not that I don't believe him, but is it just Mario Kart World? Is it just Nintendo stuff? Is it everybody moving where it's going?
Well, it makes the bundle a lot more appealing because you
100%.
can get Mario Kart World for like
$50 for Mario.
Yeah,
You're gonna buy that no matter what. So there you go.
I think just going back to when Tears of the Kingdom releases and us going, oh, that's the first $70 Nintendo game ever. That's got to be the new standard. And Nintendo said, nope, let's push it $10 extra. That's kind of shocking. That sucks, honestly. I don't love that.
But they also know that they can do it.
Of course.
And they will sell a lot of copies.
Oh, yeah.
People will complain. There will be a lot of complaints online, but they will sell.
I will still buy that, yeah.
According to Ethan Gosh, of course, from Kotaku, he's citing a reset era.
Van a llegar
point
en
where Mario Kart World is
320,000
listed
pesos.
at €80 on
Cada
Spanish
juego.
My Nintendo Store.
¿Sí?
Oh, interesting. So this is off of a
No,
screenshot
mentira.
that I guess is
Casi
from Reset Era,
400.
but I'm seeing from Ethan. Mario Kart
Pero
World
Ancho
is
siempre
listed
consigue
for
más.
$79.99 digital, and then physical $89.99.
Oh.
Then Donkey Kong Bonanza is listed as digital $69.99, physical $79.99.
Well, the red cartridges, they
and again,
cost
this
money
is
to paint. those.
Spanish My Nintendo Store, so we're getting this is all leaking out and breaking off, and all this stuff's happening as we go. So
I'm surprised. I'm surprised it's not the opposite, just because they know they're gonna sell a fuck ton of. Like maybe that's the reason. Like they're just upping it just by $10 because they know they're gonna make sell a fuck ton of copies of Mario Kart. But you'd think because of that they would try to downplay it a little. I don't know.
I think they're funneling people to the bundle. I think that's what they want people to do.
Yeah, smart. I registered for the bundle.
Me too. Yeah, I think that was the only one I saw on the thing.
Yeah, there's two options. But
it's that thing where it's like, which one?
I wanted the one people want
Jen's
less.
gonna want one. Yeah, exactly.
See,
I don't care.
I want the one where Nintendo goes, he wants to pay more.
Give it to him. Put him at the front of the line. Put him at the front of the line, right?
La camarita,
We'll throw in an extra Joy-Con cell for
$59.99.
$900.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, over on the Mario Kart World page on the Nintendo thing where they have a bunch of information, they have $79.99 as the
Los
suggested
controles
retail price.
de cosas.
Period. So that's not saying anything about digital there. So
Veros.
we will continue to monitor this as this happens.
69.99.
But that aside, the game looked great.
Oh,
Excited for this direct on the 17th.
24 players.
Yeah.
That looks cool. I'm excited to see the evolution of the online. I never loved it. It was never as perfect as I wanted it to be when I team up with all my friends. But I'm excited. I think it feels like a new era of Nintendo. I think they're really going to elevate this one. It's going to be cool.
I'm glad you mentioned the online because that's one area
SD
that
card,
Nintendo needs to upgrade across the board.
256.99.
As much as I love Smash Brothers, the online was embarrassing in that game and remains embarrassing. And that game needs rollback netcode in the worst way. And frankly, when I'm looking at Mario Kart, it was good. It was okay, but they really need to expand the features.
The lobby system.
Yeah, the lobby system's really bad.
Yeah, I want
really
everything
simple.
elevated on this, Caddis, right? And great call out. Smash gets a flower for me because they have a cool, they have a nice little lobby where you can spectate games. But I agree, when you actually start playing it, no, it needs a lot of help.
Moving on then, this is where we revealed finally what that dang C button is all about. We looked at the Joy-Con too, and then moved up to the C button, and guess what it does? It's called Game Chat. It is a microphone through the handheld device. So if you're playing it handheld, awesome. If it's on the other side of the room, they say it's great, and they say you can run a blender in the back and it won't be heard. You'll be fine.
Fucking Andrew back there.
Why are you making a smoothie? It's, you know what I mean? It's Cinco de Mayo. I'm trying to play Mario Kart. Knock it off.
Flashback to the Connect days. This is going to be a wild one to hear that in person. Man, I hope it sounds good.
I hope it sounds good. What's funny to me is like,
Caros, weón, no los juegos.
I think
Todo.
one of the big questions leading into all of this is what's going to be the new gimmick that Nintendo has to show. And to me, it's not this voice chat. It's like 120 hertz. Like, to me, that's like a gimmick for them because of how odd that is. When I see this voice chat thing, it's something like silly and weird enough to not be surprising in a way. I was surprised, though, by all of their sort of Discord wanting everybody to see everybody's feeds. I was really kind of surprised by that because, again, it feels like...
Entonces, ¿qué hacemos?
Cerrémoslo con sus...
Nuestras opiniones.
Sí. Porque si alguien le da por verlo, pues bueno.
Porque podemos cortarle y grabar un clip solo de eso, ¿no? Como esta
en
parte.
Vivo.
Bueno, entonces, 4K Docked. Fan. Bueno, pues entonces.
Es lo que digo que nos tenemos que acostumbrar a seguirle en vivo.
Sí, sí, sí. Aunque estos manes, entonces, para las próximas, vea que lo que hacen, solo para saber, apagan el vivo cuando se acaba y haces como live reaction y queda como un clip y empiezan otro que es lo que llaman el breakdown, que es lo que podemos hacer. ¿Listo? Pero bueno, entonces, Fish, vamos a ir con la calificación de una. Entonces, para mí también fue un 9, pues también, ¿no? Digo, porque vimos esta gente, es un 9.5 sobre 10. Y la única razón por la cual no llega a un 10 es porque no me mostraron el 3D Mario, que lo que creo es que lo van a mostrar probablemente en un Direct de junio y igual va a terminar saliendo ese juego en el Holiday de este año.
Sí.
Ahí como le doy, o sea, esa es como mi calificación como inicial. ¿Suya?
Igualito.
¿Sí?
Sí, es que no, estuvo perfecto, faltó el Mario, aunque estuvo el Donkey.
Sí.
Entonces... Siempre uno se queda esperando al Mario. Si no, sería 10 de 10.
10, de acuerdo, de acuerdo. En términos del hardware, entonces, hablemos rápido. Precio $499.99. ¿Qué opina de eso?
Es costoso, pero como la consola está bien.
Yo también creo que está bien. O sea, yo creo que el sweet spot hubiera sido $399, ¿cierto? Pero creo que obviamente por los precios y como que lo que trae y demás, seguramente pues está bien. Sí. Lo único es que obviamente está como a $50 de lo que es un Play 5 base, que es un poco más potente, entonces eso como que puede generar, digamos, de alguna manera como dudas en algunas personas, pero de todas maneras creo que estoy bien, o sea, no me parece que estuviera como desfasado. Fecha de lanzamiento junio 5, estamos ahí al ladito. Preórdenes comienzan el 9 de abril y digamos como algunos elementos principales es pantalla, entonces no OLED, lo cual me lleva a pensar claramente que es una decisión estratégica de Nintendo, en donde lo que van a hacer es que en 2 añitos como el otro sacan la pantalla de OLED por seguramente $50 más y vale $4.99 en su momento, pero lo bueno es que las pantallas LCD han evolucionado muchísimo, entonces vean, en este caso es una pantalla que tiene 120 frames per second, que es algo buenísimo, tiene HDR, y en términos también del dock, pues la gran noticia es que definitivamente viene con un ventilador, y va a poder correr juegos hasta en 4K cuando estén obviamente conectados al televisor. Eso seguramente también ocurre por la tecnología de LSS que tiene incluido, que es el Deep Learning Super Sampling de NVIDIA, que hace que los juegos se vean en 4K.
De la consola me queda la duda del tamaño. Para uno adulto está bien. Entiendo que es una consola de niños.
Puede quedarles grande. Sí. Toca pensar cómo es como un Steam Deck más o menos, que creo que es como se agarra, entonces sí es grande. Bueno, acá qué más le tengo como de datos que me parecieron interesantes, entonces van a haber nuevos Pro Controllers que dijeron también.
Se ven bonitos además.
Lindos, $89.99. Aparte de todo, pues van a venir con un headphone jack, por fin, para que uno pueda pues, jugar y chatear ahí, digamos, directamente, que está bien. El botón,
aunque ya viene con el
coso con el micrófono, exacto. Tiene 2 botones nuevos atrás que se van a poder mapear para lo que no quiero, que me parece bueno. Y viene ya con el botoncito del C para todas estas opciones, digamos, que van a tener del Game Chat y demás. ¿Qué otra? Bueno, me encantó lo de que sumaran GameCube, juegos de GameCube.
Obvio.
O sea, para mí, brutal. Digamos que...
La cámara, siguiendo por el hardware.
El hardware, la cámara. Entonces le tengo cámara por $59.99 que se va a poder conectar arriba. Como saben, viene también con un puerto USB-C arriba y uno abajo. Entonces arriba, antes cuando uno tenía la consola ahorita no lo podía cargar por abajo y tenerlo apoyado pues porque no conectaba.
Sí.
Entonces ahora por arriba se va a poder conectar obviamente la corriente para uno cargarlo y esta camarita.
De hecho, para cargarlo jugando es más cómodo arriba.
Obvio, 100 veces más cómodo arriba y no lo va a poder obviamente utilizar. Tema muy importante, no se van a poder usar las SD, las cards de SD, digamos, de memoria del Switch 1. Van a tener que usarse unas nuevas que se llaman micro SDs Express Cards. Sí. Costo de cada una de 256 es de $59.99.
Bueno, va sumando, ¿no?
Por eso que vea. Y los Pro Controllers, $89.99. Los controles de GameCube que dijimos que también vienen con el C y demás, $69.99. La cámara $59.99, las micro SD $59.99. O sea, si uno se quiere comenzar a comprar todo esto y dice quiero 4 controles de GameCube para jugar con mis amigos, 4 Pros, uno se va a acercar casi a los $1,000 para tener todo el paquete completo como de juegos. Listo. Entonces, o sea, digamos que, a ver, en términos como el hardware, mi opinión es que se ve más como literalmente un Switch Pro, sí, en esencia, pero creo que eso es lo que yo quería, güey. O sea, yo no estaba como necesitando algo más. Me parece que le metieron ahí una funcionalidad pues chévere, el mouse para gente que lo quiera. Obviamente pues mejor pantalla, mejor resolución, todo. Pero pues yo creo que eso es lo que yo hubiera querido de una consola como Nintendo y no nada como extravagante y nuevo que se fueran ahí como por el Wii U, una cosa así distinta.
Me gusta el tema de los controles del R y el L.
Exacto, ya no
que no toca ponerle eso que era fastidioso.
Ya no toca ponerle esa cosita, son mucho más grandes. Me encanta también el agarre magnético,
sí,
que no es como el rail así, sino de una. Así que digamos, pues yo personalmente quedo súper contento con el, digamos, lo que es el hardware como
sí,
tal
total.
Del control. Del
negro
que me gusta.
Se ve muy bonito.
Se ve muy lindo, exacto. Bueno, entonces hablemos rápidamente de los juegos que son exclusivos para la consola por el momento. Entonces tenemos el Mario Kart Worlds, marica, para mí brutal. Lo que me indica también es que, o sea, ojo con esto, el juego vale $80 en digital y,
o sea, si es una ganga el bundle, bundle toca sacarlo.
Toca sacar el bundle, exacto, que costaría solo 50 si uno quisiera, o sea, de más, o sea, que serían $500 con el...
Es un ahorro de $30 por el bundle.
Exacto. Lo que me indica que un juego cueste 80 es que Nintendo en el pasado, cuando digamos sacó Tears of the Kingdom que costó 70, los manes dijeron nosotros vamos a comenzar a apreciar nuestros juegos dependiendo de lo que creemos que vale en términos de lo que le metimos de contenido, del tiempo que nos gastamos y demás. O sea que esto me muestra a mí que este juego va a ser una mierda gigante y absurda. O sea, por eso creo que vale los 80.
¿Pero será que no van a coger ese precio como base?
No. Yo creo que, digamos, por ejemplo, en cambio el Donkey Kong son 10 menos. Solo por eso.
Sí. Está bien.
¿Sí me entiendes? O sea, eso significa como que los manes dijeron es que este juego va a ser una vaina brutal y gigante. Además que, póngase a pensar lo siguiente de este Mario Kart. El último Mario Kart lo llevamos jugando 10 años. Salió en Wii U, salió la versión deluxe en Wii y llevamos dándole a este juego 10 años seguidos. Yo creo que lo que está pensando Nintendo con este juego es algo similar. Es como vamos a sacar un solo Mario Kart por toda la generación y probablemente lo que vamos a hacer es que lo expandimos.
Igual que este.
Le vamos metiendo más, expandemos el mundo, le vamos metiendo de pronto más opciones de juego adentro, más carreras y todo, pero va a ser, o sea, este va a ser el próximo Mario Kart que vamos a estar jugando, se lo garantizo, por los próximos 7, 8, hasta 10 años. Entonces creo que, pues, marica, usted paga 80 por una vaina que va a ser enorme y que le va a durar todo este tiempo.
Y me gusta el modo de eliminación.
Marica, la verga. Ese modo que es como un... eso tiene un nombre en los Call of Duty y demás, que uno, el que queda de final. ¿Cómo es que se llama? Se me pasó. Pero sí, entonces lo que básicamente ocurre también es un modo en el que uno va dándole vueltas a la pista y si usted va llegando de último...
Pasan los primeros 8 y los que vienen atrás, chao.
Chao. Y
van saliendo.
Avanzando, exacto. Listo, tenemos, eso es Mario Kart Worlds, o sea, brutal, juego de lanzamiento. Viene el de Nintendo Welcome Tour, que es el jueguito que va a mostrar como toda la tecnología que hay dentro, que me parece chévere, pero pues, o sea, me parece paila que lo estén cobrando.
Así me pareció un descache.
Descache total, o sea, pagar por... O sea, a excepción de que le digan o no, ni siquiera, es que si le dicen o no, es que vale $10, no sé.
No lo compro, yo no lo compro.
Esa mierda debería haber venido incluida dentro del sistema como lo hace PlayStation con Astro gratis para uno conocer y jugarlo, pero no pagar por él. Siguiente juego exclusivo, Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Brutal.
Entonces, absolutamente brutal. No teníamos un 3D Donkey Kong desde el Donkey Kong del 64.
El amarillo.
El amarillo. Y los rumores entonces se comprueban, porque esto salió hace ya más o menos unos 3, 4 o 5 años, si no estoy mal, de que uno de los desarrolladores de Nintendo de Tokio estaba desarrollando un Donkey Kong y la gente no sabía si era un 2D, 3D, pues fíjese que acá creo que mezclan las dos cosas. Porque
tiene
vimos,
una parte 2D.
Exacto, tiene 3D, pero tiene como también mundos aparentemente que van a ser como en 2D, se ve absolutamente brutal, vale $70 y sale en julio, o sea, absolutamente brutal. Luego tenemos el Kirby Air Riders, que también sale en 2025, no me mata, pero le voy a dar el beneficio de la duda.
Hay que ver más.
Porque el director del juego, que es Masahiro Sakurai, es el que ha desarrollado Super Smash Bros. Durante todos los años y es como una leyenda en Nintendo.
Sí, hay que ver cómo que saca con eso.
Exacto, hay que ver cómo que qué hace. Lo bueno es que también sale en 2025. Y el otro que sale en 2025 en Winter es Hyrule Warriors The Imprisoning Age o Age of Imprisoning. No cogí bien el nombre. Entonces tenemos, digamos, un poco de lanzamiento, o sea, día de lanzamiento. Solo Mario Kart
otro,
Worlds.
¿no? El que no sé el nombre.
Ah, bueno, pero ese es para 2026, que es el de exclusivo de From Software, que se llama The Dusk Bloods.
Ese se ve bien.
Pero entonces esto lo que me está diciendo de alguna manera es que este Switch te va a lanzar la consola con los accesorios y demás. Se va a lanzar con Mario Kart Worlds.
Sí.
Con el jueguito ese del Nintendo Welcome Tour.
Sí.
Con varios third parties, el de Ring y algunos de esos.
Que no es nada nuevo.
Nada nuevo, exacto. O sea, varios third parties con el Nintendo Switch Online de GameCube. Y ya, ese va a ser como el lanzamiento.
¿Y Mario?
No.
¿Será que no arrancan con Mario?
No.
Me parece muy raro que no voten un Mario de entrada.
O sea, lo van a votar probablemente para mí en noviembre como en Holidays, pero no es un launch. O sea acá le estoy diciendo...
para diciembre.
Algo así, como para noviembre, diciembre. Pero lo que le estoy diciendo es, ¿eso es lo que usted va a comprar?
Sí. No, pensaba que de pronto el Mario tenía que estar sí o sí, pero teniendo el Donkey ya tienen uno de ese estilo.
Y el Donkey es al mes,
sí.
¿entiendes? O sea, usted compra el juego en junio y el 17 de julio va a poder comprar un segundo Donkey. Y ya. Luego entonces viene el tema de que decían los manes, y es uno va a poder jugar como 3 tipos de juego. Va a poder jugar juegos de Nintendo Switch 1, normal.
Sí.
Va a poder jugar juegos de Nintendo Switch 2 exclusivos,
sí.
que entre otros entonces es Mario Kart Worlds y Donkey Kong Bonanza y demás. Y uno va a poder jugar una tercera opción de juegos, que es los Switch One Games, ¿cierto? Pero con versiones, digamos, repotenciadas para Switch 2. Y ahí tenemos, pues...
Mario, con costo.
Con costo, exacto. Entonces Mario Party, exacto. Entonces lo que va a hacer es que todos estos juegos, que en principio los que nombraron son estos, Mario Party Jamboree, Zelda Breath of the Wild y Tears of the Kingdom, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Metroid Prime 4 y Pokémon ZA. Todos lo que van a tener es una opción de como un upgrade a esa versión robustecida de Switch 2, y lo que va a hacer es que lo van a vender el juego nuevo completo por un precio para los que no tengan nada, y los que tienen el juego de Switch 1 original como usted y yo, uno va a pagar solo el upgrade pack, que me interesa mucho saber cuánto va a costar. ¿Cuánto va a costar?
Es $5 o $10.
Yo esperaría que fuera eso, unos $5 o $10. Entonces el Mario Party Jamboree se le suma una cosa que
me gustaría para el Zelda.
Exacto. Jamboree TV, que juega como nuevos juegos con el mouse, digamos de ritmo, de cantar, la
Creo
camarita.
que es el único que tiene como una expansión de verdad.
No, y el Kirby and the Forgotten Land tiene toda una historia nueva que se llama Star Cross World.
Zelda sí, solo calidad.
Calidad y lo del...
lo de la aplicación.
Lo de la aplicación del celular. Y Metroid Prime 4 solo como 120 frames y 4K, no sé qué, y Pokémon Cita y también como lo mismo. Sí, o sea, me parece chévere. Para la gente que no los ha jugado, creo que hay en algunos hay incentivos de uno comprarse el upgrade si uno quiere. Y obviamente, pues a mí ahí el tema es cuánto va a costar.
Sí.
Que no sé si ha salido. Anunciaron también, obviamente, que se suma entonces GameCube al Nintendo Switch Online. Brutal. Digamos que los primeros 3 juegos que van a sacar van a ser F-Zero GX, Wind Waker HD y Soul Calibur.
Buenísimo.
Y vimos un reel que nos muestra que van a venir por lo menos los siguientes Mario Strikers de ellos, que es el Mario Smash Football que se llama, Pokémon Coliseum, Super Mario Sunshine, Pokémon XD, Mario Chibi Robo y Luigi's Mansion.
Okay.
Listo, y Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Igual me parece la verga porque solamente le voy a mostrar acá una cosa que tengo yo. Y es como los juegos de GameCube que son muy buenos, que probablemente van a llegar, ¿cierto? Entonces, vea, está Mario Kart Double Dash,
sí.
Mario Tennis que va a estar, Mario Golf, SSX, F-Zero GX, está Smash Bros. Melee, sí. Está los Metroid Prime, digamos, 2, que también salió ahí, Mario Sluggers, Mario Party 4, 5, 6 y 7, o sea, en GameCube salieron 4 Mario Parties que seguramente van a sumar, ¿cierto? Luigi's Mansion que dijimos, está un Animal Crossing, está Paper Mario A Thousand Year Door. Así que eso también me parece una vaina absolutamente brutal. ¿Qué más tenemos como para comentar? Bueno, obviamente esto también lo que demuestra es que todos los third parties van a meterle un soporte el hijo de madre. O sea, sí. Vimos que está Capcom, está apoyando Square Enix con juegos,
está... Te aparece el James Bond.
Elder Ring, exacto, está James Bond, el Project 007, Hollow Knight, Silksong que va a venir. O sea, básicamente lo que esto nos está diciendo es que todos los third parties principales, Ubisoft con Star Wars y demás, lo van a apoyar y van a llegar una cantidad impresionante de juegos a la consola que ya están o en Play 4 o en Play 5. Probablemente no se van a ver tan bien como en un Xbox Series X o en un PlayStation, pero el hecho de que estén ahí, que puedan correr, pues es una vaina brutal. Así que, en resumidas cuentas, me parece que estuvo el putas, weón. O sea, y el Mario, o sea, para mí, como todo esto se trata al final para mí de los juegos, tener un nuevo Mario Kart después de 10 años y de esta manera y con el lanzamiento, creo que va a ser increíble y el Donkey Kong me parece cerdo. Y mi predicción es que Nintendo va a hacer un Direct en junio, probablemente, o de hecho después en julio que termine Donkey Kong, como por ahí por esa época, y ahí va a mostrar el 3D Mario y va a decir que es un juego para estas navidades.
Espero que saquen un 3D Mario y no un Mario Paint nomás.
Ah, bueno, que esa es la otra que también dijimos, con el mouse se abre la posibilidad de juegos que para mí, por ejemplo, seguro van a sacar un Mario Paint, que era,
sí,
o un nuevo Mario Maker que con el mouse se va a poder usar, pues obviamente mucho eso. Y lo que dijimos también de que eso, digamos que el hecho de que tenga el mouse y la opción de jugar de esa manera, si no sea obligatorio, puede que traer a gente que juega PC para poder tener como on the go su consolita y, y poder jugar. Así que no, mi gente, creo que empieza una nueva era de Nintendo. O sea, no hay nada más emocionante. Vamos a estar streameando cuando estemos comprando las cosas en vivo. Que uno se comienza a comprar como la consola, los juegos, los accesorios y a darle, que creo que esto pues solamente pasa una vez cada mucho tiempo. Me pareció brutal. Mañana hay Tree Houses, que son como, van a haber 3 horas el jueves y 4 horas el viernes, donde van a mostrar ya el juego de Donkey Kong, de Mario Kart y demás, así que los vamos a estar viendo y dando nuestros comentarios, pero un solidísimo 9.5 sobre 10.
Total, gran evento.
Gran evento. Señores, muchas gracias por conectarse y vernos y nos vemos la próxima.